Hello world, my name is Marcy and welcome to my first video. I'm a little bit nervous putting this up, so I wrote notes, and if I'm always looking down, that is why, so please bear with me. As I said earlier, my name is Marcy. I live in northern Wisconsin. I'm mom to one son, and I have been with my husband for more than 20 years. I am also a crafty person, and I've been knitting for more than 10 years. I also crochet, I spin, I sew, and I do a lot of kitchen and domestic art type stuff. I also read. I've been reading a ton of short stories and short books, like they're going out of style these last few months, and my last blog post was about what I've been reading. I've been wanting to make videos for a couple of years now, but I've always been nervous about recording myself, and I decided that I need to just do it. And a few of my friends and some family members have started doing things on their own, and that has kind of been the little nudge of encouragement that I guess I needed to get going on this. For the last few years, I've been writing blog posts entitled If We Were Having Coffee, and those were always kind of catch-up type blog posts, a little bit of everything, and I thought, what if I do this in a video form, and then my friends and family can have a cup of coffee or their favorite beverage and sit and have a chat with me. So that's kind of where this started from a little bit. And I will try to keep it to crafting and stuff about chickens. I am a chicken mama, and I've been raising chickens with my family for 5 years. We have had turkeys in the past that we have raised from babies and have enjoyed them for Thanksgiving and Christmas meals. Let's just get it out there. I don't have a schedule in mind for this yet. I'd hate to say that it's going to go up every Wednesday and then not have anything to say, so I'm kind of playing it by ear right now. I will strive for every week, but life gets in the way sometimes. Sections will be about what I'm currently knitting or crocheting or spinning or working on. As I said before, I like to sew, but that kind of comes in spurts. Usually in the fall it hits me pretty hard. I've done cross stitching in the past, and more recently I picked up a sampler project from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, and I got 1 month into it and then decided I had to put it away. But I really need to get that out and working on that again, and hopefully doing the video and showing people that it will encourage me to pull it out and keep working on it. I quilt a little bit. Well, not recently, but a few years ago I learned to quilt and made my first quilt, which my son has on his bed until I make him his very own quilt. He told me which colors he wanted and what blocks he wanted to see in it, and now it's up to me to actually start it. I sometimes get a little bit of startitis going, and then everything just kind of falls. I've also tried needle punching and tatting. Needle punching, I have a project somewhere in my craft room. I'm not sure where it is right now, but no surprise, it's of a chicken. And the tatting, I've done both kinds of tatting, the needle and shuttle tatting, And I'm better at needle tatting than I am shuttle tatting, but I have a hard time with working on it, setting it down, and then being able to pick it up and continue on with what I was doing. So it's something for later down the road that I will try to pick up again and keep working on it. As I said earlier, I'm a chicken mama, and we raise chickens for eggs and meat. In the past, we've had turkeys that we've purchased and raised them from wee little babies until they're huge, and our biggest ones have dressed out at over 50 pounds, and they've taken a lot of creativity to figure out how to cook them. And I have posted a blog post a few years ago about how we cooked our first one, and that one took about 18 hours, I think. And then the second biggest one we had took about that time as well. And if you've ever had homegrown chicken or any kind of poultry or any kind of meat, I mean, there's no comparison to what you purchase at the store. It's just so much better. And then you feel good because you know how those animals were raised and that they had a good life, and it is a really good thing. I is about all I can say. And in the last few years, we have incubated eggs from our chickens and hatched them out and either sold them off or kept them in the flock. And this last year, we purchased a big incubator, and this is a Sportsman 1502 from the Quail something company. We have hatched out a lot of eggs out of that incubator, and it is one of our best investments. Currently, our chicken flock is mostly Brahma chickens and a handful of Americana chickens. The Brahmas lay the nice brown eggs. If you've ever watched Little House on the Prairie, then you know what I'm talking about. Americana eggs are blue, and I believe many, many years ago, Martha Stewart made them famous for in her magazine or her TV show. It was kind of before I got into watching her style show. And about 3 weeks ago, we had a surprise when we came home. My son ran back into the house after going out to take care of chicken chores, and he said that there was a Mama Brahma and a bunch of chicks running around in the backyard. And somehow she managed to hide a nest and sit on it for 21 days and hatch out 7 babies. And somewhere on my YouTube channel, I've got little video updates about them, and they are so cute. And it's been really fun to see a hen raise the chicks, because usually, when you get the chicks from the store or you hatch them out, there's no mama to teach them how to eat and where to drink and how to scratch and all that. So it's been fun, and we've really enjoyed it, and they're growing so fast. And in our main flock, we also have 2 roosters and several older girls, and a bunch of the younger girls are the ones that we hatched out of the incubator. And it's about 20 to 30 of the young girls, and they're just starting to lay, so their eggs are really wee and adorable. And like I said earlier, I read a lot. I listen to audiobooks, although I haven't listened to many audiobooks lately. The book that I'm currently reading is Fablehaven, and I found out about that one from the Read Aloud Revival podcast. I think it's one of their books that they did for their family club. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I'm not a part of it, but I have access to the book list that they're reading, and I thought this one would be a good one. Shoot, I'm not sure how well that's going to show. Darn. Oh well, I tried. Fablehaven is written by Brandon Mull, and it is a whole series. It's children's literature about a brother and sister who go to stay with their grandparents, and then they find out that their parents run a secret preserve for magical creatures. And I'm about halfway through. Of course, all the action's going on, and I'm not sure how much to share with this one right now, but I will say the brother is kind of on my nerves because he keeps being told, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. What does he do? He goes and does what he's not supposed to. And then, of course, bad consequences happen, and now they're trying to figure out how to work through it. And I have to remind myself that this is children literature and not real life, because oh my goodness, that child is driving me nuts. The sister is the complete opposite of him, of course, and she does everything that she's told, and she's always following the rules and trying to steer her brother out of trouble, but of course that doesn't work. So like I said, nothing at this time for audiobooks. I've got a few things, but I'm not sure if I'm going to listen to them, because I usually download audiobooks onto my smartphone, and the last time I was at the library, I went and picked up 2 or 3 audiobooks, and I tried listening to one. But the CDs there's a lot of static and noise when I play the CDs, so I don't know if that's just my car stereo or something else or what, so nothing yet there. And last thing I wanted to read off my notes was kitchen stuff. I love trying new recipes. My husband loves it when I try new recipes and find a winner. So he always looks forward to coming home and seeing what's for dinner. Last year I purchased an Instant Pot, and I am loving it. I love my Instant Pot. My favorite thing to make in there is lamb roasts. I've got the spice figured out just right, timing on it as well, and it comes out so tasty. And I'm always looking for ways to save time, because I'm really busy. I work full-time outside the home. When I come home, I'm taking care of the family and just a busy gal. I've always got something going on. And then I guess the next thing I wanted to do was show you what I'm currently working on. The first thing I wanted to show you is the vanilla sock pattern that I'm working on. This is Knit Picks Felici sock yarn, and the Countess colorway. I'm knitting it on US 1 needles, 2.5 millimeter, and I'm knitting them on 2 circulars. And that is my preferred method of knitting socks. I originally learned how to knit them on DPNs, but once I learned how to do them on 2 DPNs, I've never looked back, and I mostly convert all the patterns that I work on to DPNs. However, it's been a really long time since I made a sock with a heel flap and a gusset. I once I learned how to make socks with the afterthought heel that you put the marker for the heel on before you continue on. I haven't done anything traditional since then, and I've actually had the heel flap done and I had the heel turned, but I realized I messed something up and things just kind of fell apart. So I ripped the heel back and started over again the other night. And it's just a 64 stitches, nothing fancy. And the other thing that I'm working on is, I'm going to try turning this light off, see if that will help. It is the, nope, it's not going to work. It is the Lakeshore Scarf pattern by Mara Jessup, and it is available on the Knit Picks website. And if there wasn't so much shine, you could see the picture that she used for the pattern, because my pattern, my yarn, you can't see too much because it's stockinette and it's rolling up on itself. Turn the light back on. The yarn is Knit Picks again, in the Great Lakes color. And I don't remember what the yarn base is, unfortunately. Let's see if I can show the... maybe this way. Try this way. If not, I'll have a picture on the blog. I've had this pattern for several years, and I know Mara. I thought the yarn, actually bought the yarn with this pattern in mind, and I finally have started knitting it a couple weeks ago, and it's been a fast knit. I have been knitting this mostly while watching TV, and quick, I've got well over a foot done. Granted, you know, it starts out wee and then gradually gets bigger, but it's going pretty smoothly. Let's see, yarn. I'll have to figure something out for the lighting situation if I keep recording in my craft room / chicken room. Other thing that I'm working on is spinning. I have been spinning since 2009. My husband gave me my Kromsky spinning wheel for Valentine's Day that year, and I am self-taught. I've taken no classes. Just like everything else, I teach myself because I like learning, and in my area there's not a whole lot of things like this offered. So the yarn fiber I'm currently spinning is Foxglove Carded Corriedale Dark Brown with Gray, and it's from ParadiseFibers.com. I picked up 24 ounces of this with the intention that I would spin enough for a sweater. And I've been spinning about 10 to 15 minutes most every night for the last couple of weeks. I tried spinning for Tour de Fleece, but then it felt like a job and all my motivation just went. So I've got almost a full bobbin. And hopefully by the middle of winter, I'll have enough that I can start making myself a sweater. Because I've only made one so far, and I made it out of acrylic, and it grew. It grew big. I love it. I absolutely love it, but you won't see me wear it outside of the house. And that's it for now, I guess. We're going up on 20 minutes, and this is a lot longer than the first video I tried recording. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye.